last time we cut us off. So, hi. It's Sunday morning. About 11 a.m. on the East Coast. We're brick. It's those two nerds.
Yeah.
I am Nictus from Nictus Plays Games. Sitting next to the freshly shaved, all cleaned up, very handsome MFer, Vera Coach.
We're going to jump straight into the reviews because speaking of freshly shaved, one of our reviews says that Vera Coach should shave that shit off his lip. And that's exactly what I did because I do it for the people. All right, I'm like the people's champ.
He's a people pleaser.
Yeah.
You know? They're like, hey man, get a rag and wipe the thing off. And he did.
Yeah.
He wiped it off of his face.
Yeah. I was going to say a lot of good reviews last week. We even both thought that was probably the best podcast we've had, especially with active viewership / lots of questions. It was a great time. I really enjoyed it.
It was fun.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun. We always have fun, but we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I just woke up a little bit ago. I'm not really trying to be that stylish and cool.
Why not, man? That's all. Welcome to Flavortown. Oh, there we go. We got stuff playing. All right.
So yeah, we're wearing the glasses because it's sunny outside. Normally we do this at nighttime. I know I wore these last week with the cool Hawaiian shirt, but that was on theme, and basically it was just because I'm tired today.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's like showing up to work with that hangover, which hopefully people that are working on Sundays, I feel bad for you, but thank you. We appreciate you because what would we do? We wouldn't be able to have McDonald's, Taco Bell, the essentials. So podcast thoughts. I kind of wrote this in this week because I wanted to feel like where you wanted to take the show and kind of see where we're at because we haven't talked about it this week. You know what we thought about the show. What are we gonna keep? What are we not gonna keep? What are you thinking?
Actually, we're going into this cold. Both of us were both pretty busy this week. We both had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Where normally we have an idea of what we want to talk about, and I think the future, the Twitch thing is cool, and I think eventually we're gonna move strictly to YouTube.
Yeah.
Mostly because uploading sucks.
Oh, it does.
It sucks.
Yeah, you basically have to chalk out a whole day. Especially, it wouldn't be so bad if we were doing like 5-10 minute videos, but we're doing like hour and a half, hour and 15, and they take a few hours just to render, process, and then actually get them up, even with good internet speed.
And we do it for you.
For you.
You, the fans.
Yeah, that's what we're all about around here. It's all about the fans. So, can we just talk about for just a sec, as fans, and I would say most of us being nerds, MCU showdown, Sony versus Disney. Sony's basically not giving the deal up on Marvel Spider-Man, so we might not have any more until a deal is met.
Sony came out and tried to basically say, we're really appreciative of everything that Disney Marvel did, and we've got it from here. I don't know how that's going to be possible. Tom Holland is signed on for, I don't know, two more movies under his contract. And if they go forward, unless they have some sort of permission from Disney Marvel, I'm not sure what the penciling of their deals was, they can't mention in Spider-Man 3, if they want to continue that, anything about Tony Stark.
Oh, yeah.
They can't use the Iron Spider suit. They can't mention Thanos. They can't mention the Snap. They can't mention Infinity War. They can't mention anything that happened in the other two movies other than Vulture. And honestly, they can't really mention his tech and where it came from because that tied into the Chitauri invasion from the first Avengers movie. So, personally, while I feel like they're all holding their, big guns out at each other and who's gonna put their gun down first, it's gonna be money, right? It's gonna come down to money.
Oh, for sure.
And Tom Holland is not, they can't continue with him in that because Marvel made him so integral. They tied every aspect of those two movies into their stuff that there's no way that they can continue on without it. Like, just pretend that it didn't happen.
I think they did it on purpose.
Unless they do some kind of Spider-Verse thing where Tom Holland is a different Spider-Man in a different Spider universe or whatever. Of course it was on purpose.
Are we going to bring back Peter Parker, the original Peter Parker?
I'm not sure.
Bring back, what is that actor's actual name? I can't remember what it actually is, but bring him back, the first guy.
Tobey Maguire?
It's pizza.
I'd watch that.
It's pizza time.
I would watch that. I would watch Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's both Spider-Man team up with Tom Holland.
Yeah.
And I'll throw Tom Hardy in there too and just make this crazy
Spider-Man. It'd be a live action. That's what they were saying. That Tom Holland and all of them said that they would do a live action, if you want to call it that, live action of Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, but they also said that they wouldn't really participate unless Marvel had a hand in it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they had to write the whole thing, but like have a hand. Yeah. And I understand that they're trying to play it off to Kevin Feige having acquired all the properties from Fox. So he's got the X-Men, he's got Deadpool, he's got the Fantastic Four, and they're trying to work all those guys into the thing, and he's busy. I'm sure that he is.
Oh, for sure.
But Kevin Feige is like the master juggler. Okay, this dude can just keep throwing crap up into the air and holding it around. He's the president of Marvel, right? Like, you're telling me that he can't handle one more thing? It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with they're trying to make Disney seem like they're greedy, and I don't think it has anything to do with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say Disney owns just about everything. Well, I mean, this is kind of not so.
Boo-hoo. Okay, they have the money, and you don't have to sell to them. That's the point. Like, they chose to. They're like, okay, here, Disney, we're selling you our soul.
Well, it was funny. There was something that came out. It was trending on Twitter. It was like, boycott Spider-Man the video game, because obviously it's a Sony exclusive, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there. I'm like, the game's been out for like a year and a half now, 2 years.
Is it even relevant anymore?
No, it's like $20. You're saying I can't play the game that I've already bought that I've beat?
Boycott Spider-Man. No, that's dumb. And boycotts, I haven't really seen those work.
Well, I was gonna say they were trying to boycott Borderlands for that like personal investigator or whatever to come to the house that was releasing spoilers of it.
Oh, boo-hoo.
I was gonna say, what was it? Kind of like not so nerdy, but like a piece of my childhood. Hilary Duff says she's coming back for the Lizzie McGuire new movie that's coming out.
I'd watch that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
that's what dreams are made.
I was a lot older than you guys when she came out, but you guys loved Lizzie McGuire. You guys were in love with Lizzie McGuire, so I'd watch that.
Well, yeah, she came out like yesterday or something like that. That she was like, yeah, Disney, because Disney owns Lizzie McGuire or whatever. That's going to be on the streaming service that Disney's bringing out. That Lizzie McGuire new movie coming out. And to be honest, like, she doesn't look much different.
No.
I wonder how they're going to tie it all in. How are you going to make up like a 20-year time frame? Because she's like in her 30s now, right? She has to be.
I would guess.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Reboot of the Proud Family.
Proud Family. Oh yeah. Is that? Did they announce that? Is that?
I don't know if it's just the cartoon or like a live action, but there's a ton of stuff Disney's bringing back.
Yeah.
So. I'm just waiting for, they just need to get Miley Cyrus off the drugs and bring back Hanny Montana.
Hanny Montana?
Yeah.
Put the wig back on, it's fine. No one will know it's your secret identity.
Yeah.
I loved that show, though.
It was funny.
It was like a guilty pleasure. So it was after it was already done with its live thing, I watched every episode that was on Netflix. I watched that and Wizards of Waverly Place.
Wizards of Waverly Place is actually really
good. I watched that.
How
good was that D3 launch trailer, though? Basically saying everything that's going to be on the Disney Plus. It was showing everything that they're going to have on there, and that's not even going to be everything. That's just like most.
Yeah,
of everything.
I was gonna say. Well, I mean, they're bringing out a streaming service because they're partnered with ESPN, Hulu, and obviously and it's like a package. Now I think it's with ads, and it's like $12.
No, they said that was without.
Oh, for $12.
They said for the $12.99 you get Disney Plus, you get Hulu ad free, and you get ESPN Plus.
And Sony thinks they're greedy.
For $13.
I'm telling you, that's why I love it. Like, cable companies are shaking in their boots. They're like, how can we compete with this? We can't.
Well, some of the networks are getting on this whole streaming thing.
Yeah.
Everyone has a streaming thing, and if they don't have one now, they will.
Yeah.
So, is it Kizd?
I call him
Kiz?
Kiz. I just call him Kiz.
Kiz?
Yeah.
The T is silent?
We're going to make it silent today.
Sup, Kiz?
Yeah. The other thing that's kind of... this is a big week for Disney.
Obviously, it's their expo.
Yeah.
They're going to show some of the stuff. They revealed like 3 or 4 new Marvel shows this week that are going to be only on Disney Plus.
Well, I saw a tweet today. It was I think it was from Disney. They tweeted out like the new movies coming out that were Disney, not so much Marvel related. It was like Maleficent or something like that. I don't even know which one.
Maleficent?
Yeah, Maleficent. That one's coming out. And that one's the brand new one.
Thanks for the host, Kiz.
Yeah, we appreciate it. It was the second one with Angelina Jolie and all of them, and it looked great. I saw the actual trailer in theaters, which, by the way, go check it out. It looks kind of creepy for a Disney movie.
How good is Angelina Jolie, though? Right?
I mean, pretty good. For sure.
She nails that Maleficent role.
Oh, yeah.
The creepy evil queen.
Yeah. HD, thank you also for the host. Opinions on the new...
On the new COD, I have not tried it. I've watched some gameplay footage of it, and it looks good. I feel like they're trying some new stuff, but not so revolutionary new that you're like, what game is this that I'm playing?
I think what they did, I mean, we strayed off topic there, but to kind of answer the question, it looks like a Battlefield type feel, especially with the movement. I was kind of watching it where, you jump and your gun jostles all around, like in Battlefield. Mixed with COD, the fast pace, just run and gun. And I saw people one-digging people. And one-digging, you probably don't know, CSGO, Desert Eagle, you could headshot, one-shot them, and it's called a one-dig.
I'm a Splatoon kid, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, you like to paint the ground.
I like to paint the ground.
But yeah, I was going to say the game looks amazing. It's just an alpha. A lot of people are thinking it's their year. That's the classic COD line. This is my year.
This is your year.
And this is the same people that don't go to one event. They complain like, I never get a team. Where's my scrim?
But that's never me.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
The new COD looks really good. I think it's going to be great. It's definitely going to change up the scene a lot. But only time will tell. It depends on updates. They better bring some team camos. That's what everybody's biggest complaint is. You need team camos because they're franchise now. So why don't do what Overwatch did, like with the it was like they took all the teams like Dallas Fuel and all them, and they made team camos for the characters. Do that for the players. How cool would that be? Anybody that is an esports fan in COD, they're gonna buy it.
Sure.
This is my team. I'm repping them on my gun. I look dope, and that's what I feel like you have to see. But it's all about how they push out updates. But kind of back to, we were talking about the new one, Frozen 2.
Yeah.
Frozen 2 coming out.
Just remember to let it go.
Yeah, let it go. It's I don't know how I feel about it.
It's gonna be fine.
I mean, it's gonna be great because I love Frozen. Me personally, Frozen was awesome.
I expected to hate that movie.
It was so good.
I did. I didn't even go to the theater and see it. I waited until it came out on video, and I went and I bought it on a whim because the girl I was seeing at the time, huge Disney fan, she's like, I'd like to watch that, and I'm like, I'll just go buy it, right?
Yeah.
It's $20 or whatever. So I get it and we watch it, and I was like, that surprisingly did not suck. I expected it to suck full on suckery, and it did not.
Well, then you're sitting there and
I was like, yeah, let it go.
Yeah.
Although I got tired of hearing that song for the umpteenth million time.
Oh, that was everywhere. It was like they were like Christmas jingles out of it. That song had nothing to do with like Christmas and holiday music, but it was like Let It Go. Do you want to build a snowman? I could catch myself all the time like doing that whole like, do you want to build a snowman?
You go outside and it's snowing and you're like, do you want to build a snowman?
Yeah.
You're like, stop it.
Yeah.
We are not in a Disney film. Animals are not going to start talking to us.
Yeah. Even though I would love to have a talking reindeer, I think that would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty sweet.
The best guy was the Swedish dude.
Yeah.
The Swedish hot tub.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, you want to sit in my hot tub?
Your hot tub.
But, kind of back. There's a whole bunch of movies that they had the Star Wars movie, TV series.
Oh, The Mandalorian. We finally got to see some on-screen footage of IG-88.
Oh, dude.
Do you know how long I've waited to see IG-88 do something besides stand on the Star Destroyer in Empire Strikes Back, having no lines because he didn't speak, and he just stood there looking like a robotic pencil.
Yeah.
And this thing's spinning around with his guns and shooting stuff. I guess he's not really a he, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a huge IG-88 fan. Huge.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it always reminds me when I saw it for the first time, all I could think of was MC Chris's song IG-88.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, Kev's about to like, he's buying stock inside of Disney now.
You heard that MC Chris, I actually have a screenshot of it on his Facebook back in July. He said, you guys can use my music for streaming, making videos, doing whatever you want to with it. He's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's pretty cool of an artist to come out and say that. Now, I don't know that the copyright gods of Facebook and other places won't come through and go, no, but
Yeah.
he said that he would fight. Like, if they wrote him and said, hey, someone's using your stuff, is that cool?
Yep.
That he'd come through and say, yeah, it's fine.
All right.
So that's cool, though, right?
Yeah. I was gonna say, I mean, a lot of things happened with their whole, because I mean, not only did we see some bounty hunters,
Yeah.
and I think the nice thing is in the trailer I don't think you saw any Jedis.
I don't know.
No Jedis, no Sith Lords.
Well, it's supposed to take place after Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
So I don't think you're going to see... I mean, they might have a weird random character that survived Order 66 that would show up, but I doubt it. I think it's not going to be about that.
Execute Order 66.
I think it's more about... I feel like they're really trying to tell an original story.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I think... But I want to see that. I mean, how many times did we always talk about, let's see a Boba Fett? You know, let's see a solo Boba Fett movie.
Well, I mean, and since they technically killed Boba Fett at the end of Return of the Jedi, that's very difficult to do. But they got a guy and they put him in the suit and he looks like Boba Fett, which is...
Boba Fett, yeah.
That's why the show's called The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
That's the armor that Boba Fett wore, was Mandalorian battle armor. So, and it looks cool. I'm on board.
Oh, I am too.
I think it's going to be good.
As long as they don't... I think they should do like a Game of Thrones. Like, it's totally rated R, and it's just like, you actually see some blood, guts, and tears.
Speaking of rated R, you did hear that the Joker, the one that you have the massive nerd raging hard on for, R rating. They said hard R, not...
It should be.
Not PG-13, not going for the... No, they said hard R. And did you know that Robert De Niro was involved in that movie?
Is he? He's in it?
I believe he's in it.
But you don't even see him in the trailer.
That's a good thing.
Like
because when I heard that, I said, okay, well, I mean, I was going to give him the $15 to go see it, but now that De Niro is in it in some capacity, I'm definitely in.
Yeah. Like I said, I think the trailer that you're seeing for the Joker is not all of the Joker. I think you're seeing the first, like, little bit of it, and then the rest is kind of the killing psycho rampage.
They said it's going to be sort of a gritty, dark crime drama with hints of insanity is how they described it.
Yeah.
And I'm on board.
I think it's going to be great. I really do. I wish we could recreate the scene from Heath Ledger's Joker where he's walking out of the hospital. Because there's always that meme of, they seriously didn't know that was the Joker until he removed the mask off his face. I mean, he has his face painted and everything, and he takes it off, and like... Because he was with... Because Harvey Dent is Two-Faced, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So... And they're like, really? You didn't know that was the Joker? When you... So, I think it's going to be great. The movie's going to be awesome. And I heard that in that movie with The Dark Knight, still speaking of that, when he's walking out and he's pushing the buttons with the detonator,
mm-hmm.
that was totally not supposed to happen. When he hit the button, it was supposed to blow up. It didn't. And he kept pushing it. That was totally improv. That was just like, until it actually blew up, and it finally did.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
And I've heard that there's been a couple of other things in the movie that were completely improv, and they were some of the most entertaining parts of the film.
Yeah.
More specifically, when Ledger walks into the cocktail party and he grabs I don't remember her name. She played by Maggie Gyllenhaal, I think is how you say her name. Great actress, by the way. And she had never seen him in his getup, right? Never seen him in his makeup. And her reaction there of her being scared was genuine. She was genuinely terrified of him.
Yeah.
So, and again, you're going to have stuff like that because, I mean, that character now is like legendary status. I mean,
Oh, for
it's
sure.
now the stuff of urban myths and things like that. So
For sure.
that's cool. It's neat though.
Yeah. The other thing that I thought was neat, kind of still back on the Disney track, is Jon Snow. Those who have never watched Game of Thrones, get on it. It's an awesome show.
His first name's Kit.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Is Harrington? Is that how you say his last name?
I think so, but
Harrington,
yeah,
something like that.
coming to Marvel Eternals.
He was badass in Game of Thrones.
He was.
Complete and total badass, like the whole time. And I'm very sad at the way that the last season ended. I think a lot of people are, but the actors were good.
Yeah.
They did good work. They only have so much that they can work with, and but he's coming to Marvel.
Yeah.
That's great. You always wonder, like, what are they going to do after, and then you're on this show for like a huge part of your life, and then sometimes people don't ever get to do anything else, or they can't get out of that mindset of I was on this huge TV show and now.
Yeah, if I just hope to see him pull out a sword in this one and just like kill some dragons.
He's a really good actor.
Yeah.
So I think that he can definitely bring a unique little thing to the.
I think it's gonna be great. You haven't really. They revealed the whole cast now. It was just a large screenshot of them. So
you just got called out.
Yeah.
You have never finished Game of Thrones.
I have not.
Wow.
I'm on season like 6.
P.S. You will be disappointed in the ending.
That's what I'm saying. So like I'm not even. I feel like I should just. I heard 6 is like the one to end on.
It's you still need to see how the story ends, right?
You have to.
And a lot of the story arcs I'm not going to go on a rant about it, but a lot of the story arcs get finished. Some of them are more satisfactory than others.
Yeah.
Are you yawning on the air?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to hold that one back. Maybe you were. I don't know.
You better wake your ass up, kid.
Yeah, to get some.
Before I was so rudely interrupted by your.
Yeah.
But yeah, finish it. It's good. I just finish it.
Okay.
So that way you can be as enraged as the rest of us.
Yeah.
But I won't say that the actors and all the people that worked on didn't do the best of their ability. They did. Clearly, you can see them acting, and they're all great. And I hope to see them in more stuff.
Yeah, like I said, with the whole Eternals, Jon Snow, Game of Thrones, which...
Did they state which character? Because I missed that part where they announced him for the Eternals. I just heard that he was coming to the MCU. Which
I didn't.
Did it say which character he's playing?
I think it did, but I didn't personally find out. I think they did though. They just showed like all of them standing up on stage and like who they were playing in the whole movie. Like I had little like pictures of them or whatever, and I didn't really see any actor besides like him that I knew. Now there could be other ones, but
Well, in that movie they got Salma Hayek.
Yeah.
By the way, I follow her on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
She has a very cool Instagram. I don't follow a ton of celebrities, but she's one. She's incredibly attractive.
Yeah.
But she also posts really cool stuff. She had a picture up there the other day where she was, I think she was at the D23, and I never thought I'd see it. It was Salma Hayek with R2-D2.
Yeah.
And I got a little tear in my eye because I was like, I've loved Salma Hayek since Desperado. I loved that movie and Antonio Banderas, but he's not in it, I don't think.
Yeah.
And Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
I mean, she's in it too.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Where
awesome.
Where can you go wrong?
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of funny, just the whole Star Wars and Disney, obviously, all owned by the same company. Disney World is opening up a Star Wars themed hotel. Here's the trick. Some of the rooms that are in there are $1,600 a night.
There's some people that can afford that, though.
I agree. But if I'm getting like a 1-bedroom queen, we're going to send my whole family of 25 inside of that room. That way, like, my ticket's only like $25. And
it's like, all right, guys, we're all going to sleep in Jabba's slave pit tonight. That's where we're all... Just no. We're going to cuddle up. We're going to stay warm. All right? And no room service.
Yeah, no. Oh, my God. Actually, that is one thing, because I went to Disney... Because Disneyland is in... California.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I went to Disneyland this past, maybe about 4 or 5 months ago. Went to Disneyland.
I saw all the pictures. I was super jealous.
By the way, great experience. I snuck into a part of Star Wars that I wasn't supposed to see. It was like closed off to like people that stayed at the resort to go to Star Wars, and we did not. We snuck into the exit.
They said that the new Star Wars stuff is not doing well, but
there's no rides really.
yeah, there's nothing to do. That's what they said. They said the couple of attractions that they had are pretty neat, but they said there's nothing to ride. The Millennium Falcon, I think, is not even all the way finished or something.
No, it's so the Millennium Falcon. I didn't. Now, me personally, I didn't get to see it, but you kind of walk around it, and you have like jobs. The way I think of it is like a thing called like COSI that we have here in Ohio. They give you like a job, like you can be a gunner, you can be a pilot, and like you work as a team, and you do these missions. Now, the cool thing about the missions is you do them or whatever, but they're time based. So like if it's nighttime outside, it's nighttime in there when you're flying around. So, and I think they said there's like so many different missions in it that you might not even ever do the same one in your whole entire time of being there.
Well, plus the like 4.5 hour wait through the
line.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah, you're probably not even gonna get to it. It looks cool. Don't get me wrong, but it's crazy how much they changed Disney into Star Wars. I mean, the Space Mountain is now Hyperspace Mountain.
It's kind of what they do, though. I mean, they you don't acquire a property that costs that much, that has that much influence on pop culture, and some of the Star Wars stuff is more culturally important than some of the original stuff that Disney created.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's not to say that Mickey Mouse isn't awesome, because I personally love Mickey Mouse, but I think that if you today, more specifically, if you showed a picture of a kid with a Darth Vader action figure and one with a Mickey Mouse doll or whatever, more people are going to recognize that the kid is holding Darth Vader versus holding Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I can see that, especially more now, I would say.
I want to see them do more stuff with the classic Disney characters, and I really think that Disney Plus is going to be a great way to get a lot of the property that they own out there, because they've stated that they don't want to put any of the adult stuff that they own, because they own all the properties from Fox now, at least the intellectual properties of Fox. Yeah. They're not going to be putting some of their R-rated movies and some of their more adult-themed stuff on that. They said they want to put a lot of that stuff on Hulu.
Okay.
Which, that's great. I want to watch some of that, because one of the franchises that they own the rights to now is Die Hard.
Is that a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we were on the same.
I'm pretty sure the first two are considered Christmas movies. After that, they are not. But yeah, I mean, so they have all this stuff. They're not going to just like pretend that it doesn't exist anymore just because they are a family-oriented company. You still have to acknowledge the fact that they own the Alien franchise too, and they're I'm sorry, as long as there's money to be made, they're going to find a way to make it. Yeah. Now, they said that they're not going to slap their name. It's not going to be Disney Presents Aliens. It's not going to be Disney Presents Die Hard 17. They're not going to do that. But they still own it. They're going to get the money from it, and that's fine.
For
but
sure.
Disney Plus, I think, is going to give them the opportunity to re-show Lizzie McGuire, like you were talking about. Hannah Montana. But the old shows, too, like the Mickey Mouse Club. And the old...
they need to bring back Roly Poly Oly.
Yeah, that
show was
that
so
Disney?
Good. Yeah, that was Disney.
Well, then it'll be on there.
Was the only other one that I don't think was it was the bear. It was the big orange bear. But like
Paddington?
I can't remember what it was. It was like a big bear, and he would always at the end of the show he'd talk to the moon, every single time.
I don't remember that show.
I think it was called Big Bear.
Was it Big Bear?
I think so.
That must have been when I was usually zoning out for my naps when I was watching you guys.
What was it? I was gonna say there were some other ones.
Because your sister loved Ubi, which that was on. I don't remember what channel that was on.
What was the one with the octopus? Because that and I know that was Nickelodeon, but it was like the one with the octopus. But I can't even remember.
No, but Ubi. Oh man, did you remember Ubi? They had the hand puppets, but they were just like their hands, and they had these like fake.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
He's like, Ubi.
Yeah,
I'm like, why are we watching this? This is dumb.
The one show that creeped me out was the three clown-looking people that were magicians.
What was that?
They were trying to be the Wiggles so hard, but you can't beat fruit salad.
You cannot beat fruit salad. Didn't you guys go see the Wiggles live? No, you didn't.
No. That was Aunt Mandy.
That was my sister. Okay.
Yeah. So she saw
the Wiggles live.
I can't remember what they were called. They were like three people, and All I gotta say is the bus driver on that Three Creepy Clown show
Was creepy too.
No, he wasn't creepy. He had some bars.
He had bars.
He would rap.
He's a singer,
Oh yeah, professional
musician.
I do not know how to say that name. Fox, Fuchs, TV.
Is it Faux? Bafo TV? Is that French?
I'm about to get both of these nuts. That's what's about to happen.
Forks.
Hi, Forks. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Faux. Faux.
It's we're gonna sound this word out. We're gonna
Faux.
You have a better name to call you, like Steve. Steve from accounting.
We're just gonna call you Baff. Sup, Baff? Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Back on topic, I guess.
It's pronounced Forks.
Oh.
In what? In what country?
I could kind of see it.
I can't.
I don't know.
Harry. I can pronounce Harry. Do you live under the stairs, Harry? Because he did for a while. He was the little boy under the stairs.
That's where I used to stream. Yeah, I used to stream in a laundry room that was like right next to the stairs. So
we put a little sign on the door that said, "The boy who lives under the stairs" on his thing when he was on
no mail on Sundays.
Had a little lightning bolt on it. It was cool.
You're a wizard, Harry. All right. Other things that happened. So did you see Emperor Palpatine on the poster?
Yeah.
I think Rey's going to the dark side.
Or
Or Palpatine's going to talk to her.
Well, I don't know.
You live in a boxer?
In a boxer.
You see this? You see this wonderful space? This is my room.
This is where he lives.
So, like, if I take 3 or 4 steps, I'm in my bed. So, this is not only, using a stepbrother reference. This is the Beat Laboratory. Don't touch my drum set.
Coming to you next week. Podcast from the bed.
Yeah.
JK.
It's going to be like WWE when Edge and Lita were in the bed and, like, they had their live sex scene or whatever it was.
Wow. She was so attractive.
I just need somebody to get...
Still is. I don't mean that in past tense. Lita is still attractive. Lita, if you're watching, you are still attractive.
Yeah.
And I have nothing but respect for you. You were awesome in wrestling.
I just remember being like I think I was like 8. And I was like, that scene was coming on. And I would look through the whole house, make sure my mom wasn't going to come in. And I was like, do it.
They're going to do it. They didn't do anything.
No, they didn't.
They can't. It's TV. You can't do it on TV.
But as an 8-year-old kid, you thought you were
That was the closest thing to porn that you'd seen in a while. And you're like, yeah, oh, they're in bed together. Shame, shame, shame.
All right. But back to Star Wars. I think Kylo's going to go to the Jedi.
It's I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how they bring Palpatine back in any form, and it's cool because Ian McDiarmid is coming back to do Palpatine, even if it's in just like a small thing. He's awesome, right? And I had some issues with the way that his makeup and stuff looked in the prequel trilogy, but he went out there and he hammed it up, and he's like, I am Darth Sidious, and I'm like, yes, you are. You're so good at what you do. I love you, Ian McDiarmid.
I'll put it this way: if somebody's arm doesn't get cut off, I'm disappointed. We haven't seen one good.
That hasn't happened yet in this trilogy, right? There's been at least one hand and or arm in all the original trilogies.
Severed. Because you had the first one was. Did anybody lose their arm?
In the first movie, Luke. In the very first movie, no, we're talking about trilogies. Luke lost an Empire.
So I know we look at it different. I think of first movie. I think of Phantom Menace.
Oh, very first Phantom Menace? No, but in the trilogy...
No, Darth Maul got cut in half, so it's like getting severed.
You said limbs, like an arm, and Anakin lost his arm / hand.
In 2.
Yeah.
And then he became Darth Vader in 3.
Yeah.
At the end of 3.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen it. But nice Deadpool cut.
Thank you. Thank you, kind citizen.
Yeah. So, kind of switching from movies and stuff like that, let's talk about some new games that came out. Remnant. Is it Rise from Ashes or something like that?
Rise from the Ashes. I think.
It's. What do you think? Thoughts? Because you've played it.
I've played it, and it is really cool.
Yeah.
If you like those third person shooters like Divinity, some other ones that their names escape me at the moment.
Yeah, probably Destiny. Well, Destiny is not third person. No, it's first person.
No, I think it's first person. Yeah. And you like Dark Souls style combat as far as dodging and moving out of the way.
Yeah.
This will hit all your buttons. This will go boop, Dark Souls button because everything's hard. Boop, I like to shoot stuff.
Yeah.
Very cool. And it's multiplayer. And I'm not dissing Dark Souls or the multiplayer community in the Dark Souls world, or Bloodborne for that matter, but the means to get multiplayer to work in those games is kind of tedious and annoying.
Oh, for
and,
sure.
and it's confusing. It doesn't come right out and just say, press this button for multiplayer. You know, you have to collect an item and then go to a certain spot and then you summon your friend in or whatever. And that's cool because we played Dark Souls 3 with the multiplayer, but honestly, we had to look up online exactly how to do it.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, while Dark Souls is not necessarily meant to be a majorly online multiplayer experience.
No, single player, I think strictly.
It's mostly single player, but people want to play games like that with their friends.
Oh yeah.
You know, and Remnant said, "Screw all that. Here you go. You can just come in. You can just play with your friends, and up to 3 people in a party.
Yeah.
And that's fun. That just seems like a good idea.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about it is you get all the achievements, you get all the boss fights, everything. You do the whole campaign with a friend. Now, the only downside is, and we haven't tried it yet, we don't think you can play multiplayer together as in, like, I'm on the same console, we're playing together,
No,
not split screen.
I'm 99% sure that it is, you have to have your own system to play it. But the game is $40.
Oh, yeah. And that's cheap. That's not too bad, especially for a brand new game. And people that don't know about this company, they also made Darksiders.
Yeah,
Darksiders
is awesome.
And yeah, great games. He said it best. If you like Dark Souls and you like shooting things and alien mutant type things, this game is crazy. Like, it's so rewarding. There's certain ways you can kill bosses in this game to get different loot. So like the one boss I was watching, try not to give any spoilers. I don't even know the boss's name. If you kill him by, beating out his legs or whatever it was, you actually get like a combat weapon in the game. But it's like, I watched these two guys die over 40 times, like just getting smoked by the same boss, because it's hard. And anybody that hasn't played Dark Souls or Bloodborne, if you like to break controllers just by playing COD, this game is not for you.
No, it's not. And and there have been a lot of other games that I would say are in the spirit of the Souls games.
Yeah.
Sekiro.
Oh.
And Neo. And I know there's been other ones. Those are just the ones that I've played. Mm-hmm. And man, some of those games are really hard. I've been playing Neo now since it launched. I haven't beat it.
Yeah. Well, Sekiro, what's funny is there was this guy, he got out of the map. And Sekiro was like, really? You call this honor? Like, they were basically calling out the person for cheating, exploiting the game, and like, this is not the path of honor and all this stuff.
They're all really tough games, and the combat is very rewarding when you figure it out. And when you finally clear a boss that you've been smashing your face against your table for like an hour, and then that guy finally goes down, you finally get the last little shred of his life points, you genuinely feel like you accomplished something. But then you realize that you're still sitting in your room playing a video game and you're by yourself and no one saw you. And
it's all right. It's all okay. Like I said.
So that's why. Stream everything.
Yeah, that's why you
Moral of the story is record and stream everything, folks.
Yep. I think the big talk is tomorrow. Tomorrow is one of the most exciting days because it is the final release of Classic WoW. It comes out tomorrow.
On a Monday. It's a weird release date.
3 Pacific. I don't think it's the same. I want to look it up, actually. Is this the actual release date that they had 14 or 15 years ago?
I'd have to look it up. I honestly don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's why they did it. Because, like you said, Mondays, that's a weird day for a game drop.
Usually software drops on Tuesdays or Fridays.
Yeah. But, that's the big talk right now. I know I was kind of watching a video from Asmongold. He's also a popular WoW streamer. And he's like, tomorrow you have to make a tough decision. But not so tough. And we're not talking classes. What you're going to play.
Horde or Alliance.
That will come. But the faction. Horde or Alliance.
Horde or Alliance. It matters.
Do I have to go into why Horde sucks and like all this stuff? Because he's a big Alliance character. And he's like, when you walk into Orgrimmar and you smell smelly orcs and, posts that are supposed to be some like shithole of a city, and he's like, when you walk into Stormont, you feel glory, and all
Yeah,
this
you
stuff.
feel glory. You just don't pay any attention to the beggars living in the alleys behind you, because every big city like that has some poor people and some homeless people and beggars.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna say the big thing that I want to see, and I think I just want to see Classic again. I want to have that feeling because it's gonna be the nostalgia and stuff like that. Because the big debate this week, almost forgot about it. Icy Veins was releasing an add-on that was for Classic WoW. That was a looking for group. Looking for group was never established.
So cheating.
Essentially, because now Blizzard has came out and said that people that are using such add-ons will be banned.
Good.
Because this is not Classic is supposed to be, this is the game that came out.
This is what the people wanted. They said we want to go back and play the where you had to run to all the dungeons, you had to use the summoning stones, you had to earn your mount, gold was hard to come by.
For sure.
No looking for group. You guys asked for this, so you get it.
Yeah. Well, Blizzard said we're okay with some add-ons. DQ.
There were some add-ons back then. It's not like there were no add-ons.
Yeah. But that's what they were trying to say. They were just like, we want to make sure that the people are getting what they want. They said if you want looking for group, almost pretty much saying if you want looking for group, go play the current game.
Yeah. And you can still go experience all of that old content. It's just that the maps look a little different and the zones are easier to get through now.
Well, that's what they said. They were showing pictures of, maps 14 years ago. Thousand Needles.
Some people have never seen those maps or know what they look like.
By the way, guys, Thousand Needles, when you walk off of, it's the Barrens or whatever.
There's no water out there in the original one.
So, if you're walking out there, you're walking through the Barrens and you're heading south. It's sad I still remember this. You're walking south because I died through this so many times. There's just a bridge. And you're like, oh, sweet, I'm going to go over the bridge. And you just fall off the map. And you instantly die.
It's because there's an elevator there, and it didn't look like there should be an elevator there. There's no water in Thousand Needles. Barrens is one gigantic zone. There's no northern and southern Barrens. It's not split by a big rift through the ground where Deathwing came out. It's one big, massive zone. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Congratulations, you guys got exactly what you wanted.
I'm really excited. It's gonna bring out the kid in me. I'm gonna be playing. By the way, guys, I'm playing a Paladin, I believe.
You're going back to Paladin.
Paladin. I'm probably gonna do heals. If I don't pick the Paladin, which I'm going Alliance, because that was the thing. Back in Classic, many people don't know this. Shaman was only on the Horde.
Yeah,
you could not be a dwarf.
Didn't know that.
You couldn't be a dwarf shaman. And you couldn't be a paladin on the Horde.
No paladins on the Horde side.
Yeah, so it's going to be crazy to see. I'm excited. I'm going to try my best to avoid some of the high pop servers.
I'm probably going to go back to Druid, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I was one of the few players who did not want to heal as a Druid back then. I think there was probably a couple of... I was firm and steadfast and screw you guys, I'm not healing. You get all these cool shape-shifting powers. Yeah. I don't want to be over here going, oh, you're alive. No, I want to be a bear. I want to be a cat. Yeah. I want to kick some ass.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think it looks great. I think the movie overall is going to be... The game overall is going to be great. It's going to bring back a lot of fans. And here's the thing, and I couldn't agree with more of the people that are talking about it, is try to avoid these popular streamer servers.
Yeah.
The reason being is you're not going to get into the game.
You're not.
You're... Basically, if you're not in that guild, you're not going to find a guild.
No.
And that's the big thing. The other thing was, they were saying, and I was reading somewhere, that low pop servers in the WoW Classic would be the equivalent to high pop back then. So if you see a low pop or even medium pop, that is like high tier. Because back in the day, populated servers were way lower. That would be considered a high. So check out for the low servers and stuff like that. And make friends, have fun with WoW Classic, please. And if you're going to complain the whole time, maybe WoW Classic is not for you. Because I'm excited.
I can't wait to see groups wiping in the dead mines again.
It's going to be awesome.
That's going to be so cool.
That's the thing.
The first time that people had to go down into Black Rock Mountain and stuff and had to like make those cool little Mario jumps to get down into the dungeon. Oh, I can't wait for that.
Well, that's the thing. I can't wait for all the people to... Oh, rogues actually have to use sap. We have to use polymorph.
You have to use crowd control. You cannot go
Yeah.
through and roll your face across the keyboard and beat everything. You will die.
Yeah.
And you still would die even up until Burning Crusade when that first came out. You would, if you didn't use your cooldowns and your crowd control elements, you died.
Pretty much. I mean, that's how.
Unless you were so overpowered for the content.
Oh yeah.
But if you're at level, if you're of the appropriate level, yeah, you'll die.
Yeah. I just like seeing everybody's tweets about their memories. One of the famous streamers, Tim Tatman, he was telling a story about his favorite moment from Classic. So he was 13 years old. He lied to get into this guild. The guild was 16 years of age, and he said he was getting on Ventrilo, which he was kind of right. I wonder how many people actually know what Ventrilo is today.
Vent.
Yeah. They would get on, and they had this interview, and he lied and all this stuff. And
he had an interview for his guild spot.
well, to make sure he was 16. And so he was saying all this stuff, and they were doing I think it was Molten Core, and one of the bosses to beat him when he enrages is to use Tranquilizing Shot on the hunter. Now he's playing or whatever, and he said, they're boss enrages, they're yelling Tranquilizer Shot, Tim, Tranquilizer. He didn't use Tranquilizer Shot, not knowing that Tranquilizer Shot was a quest that you had to do before to get the actual spell.
Yeah.
And you could not beat this boss without Tranquilizer Shot.
Yeah.
So the first time they wiped, all 40 guys, and they were like, Tim, why'd you not use Tranquilizer Shot? He's like, oh, sorry, I lagged. He was lying about it, obviously.
We saw you still pressing all your other buttons and doing damage. What happened?
But he then
macros.
comes out.
I have really good macros.
So he's thinking as a raid, he's like, all right, maybe we can beat it next time. And they go and do it again, and they're yelling, Tranquilizer Shot, Tranquilizer Shot. He didn't use it again because he doesn't have it, and they ended up finding out that he didn't have Tranquilizer Shot. He lied about being his age. He got kicked from the guild. And then this is the awesome thing. There's blacklisting. If you suck, I'm telling you, everybody on the server will know you suck, so don't expect to get in the guild. He got blacklisted from all the guilds and said this kid's 13.
No, that's good because you won't see people hopping around to as many characters and stuff. They might hop servers, that's fine. They're not going to hop around characters. Leveling it's not like it was impossible, but you had to put time into it.
Yeah. So
you probably played your character, and you played your character for a long time, getting the best gear and running dungeons and stuff. So people learned you, they knew who you were, and blacklisting, that happened. You're like, nope, you suck, you're terrible, or you were an asshole and I don't want to play with you, or you're greedy, or you stole something from us, or the various other reasons why a person could get completely just knocked off the server and the social status. It's not to say that you couldn't redeem yourself at some point, but you usually had to go through a lot of trial and error and prove yourself.
Yeah.
So don't do that. Like if you're going through here and you're like, I'm just going to be trolly, you're going to have a really sad time playing Classic WoW because no one's going to
better
want to
get
play
ready
with
to
you.
switch servers because you can't transfer your guy.
And it didn't even matter if you tried to switch factions back then because they'd go, hey, this guy, he used to be over here, now he's on the Horde. I was just letting you guys know he's a turd. Yeah. And then they're like, hey, you want to join our guild? Oh, no, I heard about you. You're a turd, so no guild for you. Go play in the corner with your wiener by yourself.
Somebody will find out. Like, that's the crazy thing. Like, there was just such a social aspect to the game. It wasn't so much, because Twitch wasn't around really that much, but I think it's going to be great.
No, the social aspect is, I think, why people have the memories, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now you get on, and it's not that you can't have those social interactions and chat and meet friends and stuff, but that's if you play with a guild. But like a person that's just like fresh into the game, that they just installed it, or they only pop on every now and then because they don't have time or various different reasons to play it all the time. You're not going to have those same similar social interactions. Because you have Group Finder, you have Dungeon Finder, you have Raid Finder, you can just press a button and you go in. And now, when you get into Group Finder, most people don't even talk to each other. They go in, they face roll everything, and then they leave. They don't even watch like little cutscenes.
Like
they don't even say that. They're just like, whatever. Thanks for the loot. I'm going to go run 74 more dungeons so I can get my cool dungeon tokens.
Yeah, so. I think it's going to be great. Kind of getting closer to time. So we always like to do rapid fire questions, and I have actually a few today.
He's prepared.
All right, favorite Marvel character?
Marvel, like all of Marvel.
All of Marvel.
Nightcrawler.
Why?
He's social outcast. It looks weird. but he, like, deep inside is like a really caring, thoughtful, educated, poetic kind of guy. Plus his powers cool. Teleporting. I kind of like the idea of teleportation. It save you on gas.
It's all about the fuel economy.
Yeah, and they could have made him a murderous psychopath.
Oh yeah.
And in the X-Men First Class movies, Azazel, who I guess is his dad or something like that, he was a murderous psychopath. No, but not crazy. He was very elegant about it, and I liked that. So, but no, definitely Nightcrawler.
Okay. Favorite Marvel movie that has came out so far?
Does that include all the ones that are terrible?
Yeah, like even like Old Hawk.
I'm gonna actually probably go with Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, that's a good one. That's a big fan favorite. I would say
it's very spy versus spy, espionage. They mention the superheroes, but honestly, it's a really good spy movie.
Yeah.
So, and it just happens to have Captain America in it and
Alright.
Black Widow.
All right. So aside from Star Wars, main characters like Luke and that kind of, what I mean by main characters, like Harrison Ford's character, Han Solo, and Leia, and all them. Favorite Star Wars character besides like main cast.
I would probably go with,
Because you can pick IG-88.
like, as an obscure character.
You can do obscure side character, because like I would consider Jabba a side character. He's not really main because you see a little bit of him.
I know what you're saying. See, I guess I would say Lando under normal circumstances, but I consider him main because he was pretty important in the second and the third movies in the original trilogy. He's coming back in Episode 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably go with IG-88 or Zuckuss. I like the bounty hunters a lot.
My favorite is the guy that says "Going somewhere, Soto."
Greedo.
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about?
Probably. By the way, guys, feel free to ask some questions. We got a few minutes left. We will try to answer them. So just ask away. It can be anything nerdy. Nothing political though. We don't get into that.
You want to ask us about our political views?
What
Here's our political views.
What political?
Politics is dumb.
Dumb.
The end.
All right. What do you think? How do you think is Rise of Skywalker?
Rise of Skywalker.
How do you think it's gonna end?
I think that I hate to make a prediction like this because I ruined Spider-Man for you. I think Rise of Skywalker, because in the last movie, Luke said that it's time for the Jedi to end. And I think Skywalker is going to be the next name for the Jedi. And I think that Rey and Kylo are both going to die. I think all of the current Force users in the galaxy are all going to die.
I can't believe you ruined the movie like this.
If I'm right on that, we want to go back to this episode 4, Revenge of the Dork. He completely called Star Wars. I think they're all going to die. And I think Chewbacca is going to be the guy that goes off into the sunset in the Millennium Falcon.
All I gotta say is Palpatine is not who you're hearing in the trailer. It's not. It's Jar Jar.
Is it Jar Jar?
It's Jar Jar.
You're going with the Darth Jar Jar theories?
What if he was?
That'd be cool.
What if Jar Jar came out of nowhere?
If he pulled the ultimate troll?
Yeah.
If he pulled the ultimate Kaiser Soze?
Yeah.
You don't know who that is because
No.
you've never seen that movie.
I'm just
but
gonna say okay.
you should watch that movie. It's The Usual Suspects.
Okay.
If he pulls the ultimate Kaiser Soze and he's like, hey, you know that bad guy that you were looking for the whole time? It was me.
Favorite anime?
I think you asked me this, so I'm going to pick a new one because I like so many anime. I'm going to go with Death Note.
I haven't seen Death Note yet. I've wanted to.
It'd be a tie between that and probably Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
That one's so good. I just remember Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, the last probably 25, 30 episodes. I just binge watched.
Oh, it's so good.
Because it kind of hit a slow point, and then it just was like crazy from here on out.
Yeah, I feel like there's a little part in the middle.
It was like a roller coaster. It was like a roller coaster, right?
Yeah.
Right before you're about to just straight go down and like all the excitement.
But then it was like nuts. It was
yeah.
nonstop the nuts for the last few episodes.
For sure. I was gonna say, anything? I don't know. Any questions for me?
Any questions for you? What are you playing these days?
Fortnite, 100%.
Just Fortnite.
Fortnite and Minecraft.
You've been playing Minecraft.
Dude,
That's cool.
I love it. So we opened up a server and we're going for like the whole like in the mountains, like the doors from The Hobbit. We got all of our stash in there.
Who are you playing with?
I'm playing with Gabe and Noah.
That's cool. Thanks for inviting me.
We're playing on PC.
Okay.
Would you play?
All people can play together now, and
Would
I
you
have
play?
it on the Switch.
Wait, is cross-platform?
Yeah.
I didn't think you could join servers.
This is his nerd card right here, guys, and now it's mine.
I don't know. I was really frustrated in Fortnite. I was playing Arena, which is the competitive side of Fortnite, and I got frustrated. I was just dying stupid things, and I was like, all right, well, I have a mission to go do on Minecraft, so I'm gonna go do that. Because I like flattened out a plateau. I'm like setting the scene here. I flattened out this plateau on top of a mountain. It looks stupid because it's just like a flat piece of dirt, and there's nothing holding it, So I was like, I'm gonna hollow it out. So I spent like 2.5 hours just mining in a mountain, getting it all the way to where it's like, and I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it yet.
I like my cup.
Yeah.
That one of our other watchers noticed, and I find myself when we're doing this, I get quite parched.
Oh, dude, it's so bad.
And it's fun because when your throat gets dried out a little bit, my voice cracks. Like it'll go into pre-puberty, like, and I'm like, and then it's embarrassing, but you have to just like keep going.
Yeah, I gotta hide mine.
So yeah, you gotta have the water.
See, I'm drinking a yellow drink. We can't call it what it is because we're not sponsored by it.
We're not sponsored. We advertised White Castle. Oh, we didn't show the packaging.
No, we didn't show the package. You can say about it.
We can talk about it.
Yeah.
And I drank a Coke on the air. Did I have the label covered? I probably did.
Well, that's what I find so funny in like TV shows that are like up to date. Like they're supposed to be in modern times.
It's product placement,
And they're like, I have to turn the Coke can this way, so it's not.
Or it's called Kick.
Yeah.
Like CIKE. Or it's called Coke with a K. Like, 'cause they changed it a little bit. You have to just. I think it has to be like 10% different before it's like pure and total copyright infringement. I don't know the law. I'm just.
So
don't copyright infringe.
I'll say yeah. Well, we're kind of hitting time. Do you have any final questions before we go? Before I close this out here.
Final questions. What are you looking forward as far as games closing out the year? Are there any games coming out this year that you're really excited about or looking forward to?
Borderlands 3, 100%. And that's pretty much it.
Just Borderlands.
I would say Borderlands. And really, I mean, I'm gonna try to play every game that I can before it's not there. When it releases. But Borderlands definitely, and probably Remnant. I definitely want to pick that up.
Yeah.
I know you were having some issues on stream with it.
The game crashed.
Yeah.
It crashed on me like 5 or 6 times. I made my triumphant return to streaming. Got all my stuff all set up. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to stream this brand new game. I just bought it on Tuesday. I hadn't even played it, so I loaded up on Friday and crash. So, of course, I get frustrated, and I just turned it off. I basically was like, stream's over, guys. Click, and I just turned it off. But I did better on the next one. So, yeah, I am back on streaming on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's at Nictus Plays Games.
Yep.
NICTUSS Plays Games, all one word.
Yep.
Apparently that's a difficult. I should have made my name something like
Joey
Plays Games, although my name's not Joey.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would probably say.
So when you do the edit on this video, put it up with my name
just
on
like
one
big
side,
bold letters
right across, because we do this on your Twitch, so you can advertise for me on my Facebook.
Yeah. Marksy, we are actually kind of just finishing up, so if you have one nerdy question that you've been dying to ask all day, ask it now before we do the final closeout. I'm going to kind of do the closeout when I answer the question. But we were kind of talking, so we're going to probably be switching over to YouTube. We may even stream on both. I was kind of talking about streaming on both Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be really great. Because not only are we going to hit YouTube audience a little bit, but we're also going to get more people, more questions, better show, and we'll be back next week, definitely on Saturday like normal time.
Saturday night.
Yep, Saturday night. We normally do it about 9:30, Eastern time. What's your favorite console to date, including the original?
That is a good one.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. I'm gonna let you answer this one first.
I was gonna say, Mark C. I can't. I know he has an accent. He's not from the United States. I think he's EU. But where are you from in the EU? I can't remember where it is. But favorite console to date. I'm trying to think here. Console to date. Probably the DS.
The OG DS.
DS or GameCube, whichever one.
Okay.
And the only reason being is Nintendogs, because that just reminds me of 5th grade.
I love that game. I actually am going to go and find a used copy of it this week just to play it.
Nintendogs, and then GameCube, obviously Beautiful Joe, and Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Favorite console to date for me? I'm going to go with the SNES. With the GameCube being a really close second.
Yeah.
Because I loved Animal Crossing. Hours of my life went to that game. I love Beautiful Joe. I love playing X-Men Legends. I actually just recently bought all those games again. But the SNES was the first console that I ever personally owned. It was mine. I didn't have to share it with anybody. I got to keep it in my room. And I played games like Super Punch-Out and Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country, a lot of really good games on that system. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, one of my all-time favorite Zelda games. So yeah, I'm going to go with the SNES. But it's not because I find any of the other consoles inferior. Just that's my first one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was Zombie Ate My Neighbors on that?
Super Nintendo.
Should have said that one.
It's a great console, man.
Yeah, Zombie Ate My Neighbors. If you guys have never played that game, I highly recommend.
It's an old game. We're still shouting out to the people that own the rights to that. Zombies Ate My Neighbors people, make a remake,
please.
Make a remaster. Make the retro version of it. We'll play the original one that we can just play on a modern console.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to do it, give the rights to another studio that will do it.
Yeah.
And we will give you money.
Yeah. But that's about it, guys. Got to be the N64 for me, just for the GoldenEye and Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah, I got both of those recently.
That's awesome.
And I don't remember GoldenEye being that hard. But when you go back to play that game, when you're used to like modern shooters,
where you can aim,
it's tough.
Yeah, where you can actually aim down.
Super fun though, it was. I remember we stacked up 4 people in dorm rooms playing that game. We're like, we got one more round in us, and it was awesome.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning into Those Two Nerds podcast, episode 4.
4.
Yep, there we go. We're gonna upload this one to YouTube, and maybe next week we're gonna be streaming on both YouTube and Twitch. So make sure you guys are there. Monumental 5th episode. We're kind of like
it's landmark, right?
Yeah, we're gonna. I don't know what thing.
I think we're 3 episodes further than we expected to be.
I think we're like 4.
No, we knew we'd get the first one in.
We get the first one in, yeah. But we never thought we'd come this far.
We never thought we'd come this far.
Yeah.
And now here we are.
Yeah. So I hope to see you guys next week. Thank you guys all for the questions. Anybody that did follow, which I will kind of check right now because we have time. Bath or Harry, we call him Harry. Harry, thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow, Harry.
Yep, and welcome, because we don't have a catchphrase yet for followers. But
welcome to the Coach Army Plays Games.
Yeah, Coach Army Plays Games. Yeah, both of our names combined.
We'll come up with something better.
Yeah, but thank you guys so much, and hope to see you guys next week. Like I said, Saturday, 9:30 Eastern time. So whatever time is it for you right now? I don't know. You do the math, but Saturday. 9:30, see you there. Don't go out partying. Come watch Those Two Nerds. That's a bigger party than I would say. It's a party of the year.
And if you're going to go party, then come home, because it'll be on Twitch or YouTube or both at 10:30.
Yep. Drop comments and stuff like that in all of our videos. By the way, almost every video is up now. Officially, I think.
Even episode 3?
I want to say. No, we deleted it because we messed up.
Because we had all the stuff in there. This is why we're thinking we're just going to put it straight up to YouTube. So
that way it's faster.
Makes it hard.
All right. But thank you guys so much. And until next time, have a good one.